Hi everyone, I'm back with video number 2. Hazy's over there laying down and taking a nap because Daniel took her for a hike today and tired her out, but that doesn't mean that she won't poke her head in and out while I'm doing this. So keep that in mind, bear with me. So we're gonna take everything we did in the last video and build off of that. So we went over neutral spine, core engagement, pelvic floor engagement, and breathing and how that all ties together. It's going to be another quick little exercise that you guys can do easily at home. Make sure you stretch, use your belt, use your Pilates ring, use your TheraBand, use your hands, whatever you have on hand, do that. So stretching hamstrings, glutes, inner thigh, all those stretches we did last time. I'll add on a few stretches today as well. So we'll get into it. It's going to be about core stability, pelvic stability, and building off of that. So let's get into it. So my yoga mat's back here again. I'm gonna lie back. Oh, I have a friend coming to help me. Hi. So I'm getting my shoulders back and down, and we're talking about the walnut here as well. I might have to put her outside if she's gonna get in my way the whole time. Can you go lay down? Okay, hold on real quick. I'm gonna put her outside. Come on, come on. Let's go outside. Go outside, come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Alrighty, sorry for that interruption. She's gonna go terrorize the dogs next door now. That's okay. Alright, so we're all the way back. Shoulders are back and down. Now, something I didn't talk about last video was the walnut. So you want to imagine a walnut between your shoulder blades. You're not cracking the walnut open, but you're not dropping the walnut at the same time. It's just kind of nestled there. And what that does is it opens up your chest, widening through your collarbones. It keeps your neck nice and long and helps you not let tension creep up into your neck so much. So think about that walnut between your shoulder blades. You're in your neutral, so if you need a pelvic tilt or anything to get there, go ahead and do so. Just kind of relaxed, nice level pelvis. And even here, start to think about plugging into your core underneath your belly button, pelvic floor, kind of sucking it up to your head. Whatever cues work for you, you do you. So here, I'm gonna work on pulling my leg into a tabletop. And what I want to focus on here is not shifting through my pelvis at all and using my core to lift my leg rather than just stamping my back down and lifting my leg from my lower back. So I'm getting into a nice correct position. I'm gonna add breathing to this. So all we're gonna do is lift the leg up in a tabletop, then drop it back down. But in order to really control it, we're gonna add that breath. So thinking about rib breath, take a deep inhale, start to exhale, plug into your core early. And as you're plugging into your core, we're gonna pick that leg up into a tabletop. Whatever leg you wanna start with, it doesn't matter. We're gonna do both sides. Now here, you're in your tabletop. Take a deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug into your belly here. Drop that leg back down to your mat, okay, or to the floor. Now, it's all about controlling pelvis, core, pelvic floor. You don't want your lower back, neck, anything else to do the work. So core is doing the work here. We're gonna go into that other leg now. So shoulders back and down, nice neutral spine. You're out of your neck tension. Think about your walnut. Take a deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug into your belly. You're scooping your belly. You're gonna pull the opposite leg up into a tabletop. You should feel your core kick in. Take a deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug in, drop that leg back down. So I'm just gonna do a few here alternating. Deep inhale, exhale, plug into the belly. Lift your right leg up, no shifting through your pelvis at all. Deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug into your belly. drop it back down. Deep inhale. Exhale, plug into your belly, lift that opposite leg up. Deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug in, drop it back down. So you can do that, let's say 5 times on each leg. So 10 times alternating, okay? I don't like to count. Most of you know I don't like to count. But just as long as you're doing it correctly, really pay attention to this neutral. You're not sticking your butt out. You're not really tucking your butt under. You're just in that neutral, making your core plug in around that neutral spine, lifting your leg, using your core, using your pelvic floor. Now, to take it a little bit deeper, you can go into a little bit different of a series here, and I'll show you right now. So you're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, start to plug into your belly. Pull your leg up into a tabletop, whatever leg you wanna start with, that's okay. Now really keep this belly plugged in. This leg is gonna stay in your tabletop. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, plug into your belly. Pull that opposite leg up into your tabletop. So now both legs are in your tabletop. Deep inhale. Start to exhale, plug in, drop one leg down, keep that core plugged in. Don't rock your pelvis forward in order to drop your leg. Keep it stable. Deep inhale, exhale, plug in, drop that opposite leg down. Now I can tell when both my legs are up in tabletop, I tend to like to go into my sway back that I like to be in naturally. So I'm gonna try that again, and I'm gonna try really hard to keep it as neutral as I can. So I'm gonna keep my hands on my pelvis here so it gives me some feedback. So deep inhale, exhale, plug in, pull it up into your tabletop, one leg. Hold it there, keep it plugged in. Deep inhale, exhale, plug in, pull that opposite leg up, and see that's a lot harder for me, keeping my pelvis stable. I'm not just relying on my lower back to do everything or my hip flexors to do everything. Now hold it here, deep inhale. Exhale, start to plug in, scoop that belly, drop that one leg down, whatever leg you want. Hold it here, deep inhale. Exhale, plug in, drop that leg down. So that's another series you can do. Always start out with the opposite legs, this one first, the one we started with. Make sure you're nice and stable through your core and your pelvic floor and your breathing before you take it into that one that we just did. The both legs in tabletop, then dropping it back down, okay? Where we're building off of everything here. Now another one you can do, and I want you to think about this more as a core exercise than anything else, all these things more as a core exercise than anything else. Because everything in Pilates comes from the core. If you keep that in mind, you're gonna build your core a lot quicker and more efficiently because you're maintaining neutral while doing so. So again, shoulders back and down out of your neck. Remember, if you need something underneath your head or underneath your neck, by all means, go ahead and do that. You're totally fine with doing that here. So thinking about walnut, take a deep inhale. Exhale, start to plug into your belly. Pull one leg up into your tabletop. Now I'm gonna point my toes here just because I want to. You can flex if you want. It's just a little bit different of an exercise. I would prefer to point, so let's try that. Now I might need to scooch back a little bit so you can see this in the camera. Just don't mind my head being cut off. So deep inhale, exhale, plug into belly. Pull your leg up into a tabletop. So you're here, okay? It's gonna be a nice hinge from your hip. So maintaining this angle of your leg, you're going to, I like to inhale, tap my toes down to the floor, hinging from the hip. Exhale, pull it back up using my belly. So maintaining that angle, inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Think about the core, doing the work, and keeping your pelvis nice and stable. Your pelvis isn't rocking forward and back in order to get that leg to move. Now, if you need to limit this a little bit, you don't have to tap your toes all the way to the floor. It's totally fine. If you're feeling your hip really pop, you might need to limit it a little bit. And sometimes all it takes is to plug into your butt a little bit deeper, your glutes, kind of get them working. That helps the hip not pop. Good. Drop that foot down. So take a deep inhale. Exhale, plug into your belly, lift that opposite leg up into your tabletop. I'm gonna point my toes, maintaining that same angle of my leg. I'm gonna inhale, tap down, keeping my pelvis stable. Exhale, lift up using my core. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. And sometimes you have to really remind yourself to do that early exhale. So I'm here. I'm gonna inhale, tap it down. I'm gonna start to exhale, plug into my belly first, then lift my leg up. And that's getting me deeper into my core, especially down here where that little pooch is. Good. Drop that down so you can let your knees fall to one side for a stretch. And the other side. If you're getting a little burnt out in your lower back, you can hug your knees to your chest. Okay, then I'm gonna show you 2 more things here, okay? So dropping your feet down to your mat again. Shoulders are back and down, neutral spine, think about your walnut. We're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, plug into your belly, pull one leg up into your tabletop, use that core. Keep your pelvis stable. I'm gonna flex my toes back towards me. Now, holding it here, starting with a deep inhale through my ribs, I'm gonna exhale, plug into my belly, and extend this leg forward, reaching through my hamstring and along the back of my knee. Then inhale, bend it back in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it back in. Now, if you're taking this too low, your pelvis really doesn't have any choice but to rock forward and back into it, and then you're really straining through your hip flexor and everything. So keep it more at an angle, as you can see me doing here. Now, if this is making your hip pop like crazy, extend more towards the ceiling and less forward. Okay, you're still getting a good workout. You're still getting that lengthening stretch through the back of your leg, but you're just not putting any pressure on the hips, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do the other leg. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, plugging into your belly. Pull the opposite leg up. Flex your toes back. Start with a deep inhale. Exhale, extend forward. Inhale, bend back in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. So do what feels right. You're maintaining that nice neutral spine, nice level pelvis. You're breathing. All the things that we want to implement into our Pilates practice. Okay, one more little leg series here. I'm gonna have you get those shoulders back and down again. I'm gonna be like a broken record. Nice neutral spine, plug in deep. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, pull one leg up into a tabletop. Now here, extend through your leg, so leg is straight. I'm gonna have you start with your foot flexed back towards you. You should feel a really good stretch here. Now, this does not have to be huge. Maintaining neutral as best as you can, nice level pelvis. You're going to drop your leg down, doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. Then you're gonna point your toes and lift your leg back up. Flex, down, point, up. I'm gonna inhale down, flex, inhale down, point, exhale up. Plug into your belly deeper. Flex, inhale down, point, exhale up. Okay, we're gonna do that side, and then get into the other leg. Shoulders back and down, neutral spine, plugging in nice and deep. Deep inhale. Exhale, pull your opposite leg up into your tabletop. Extend that leg up, get that good stretch. Flex your toes back towards you. You're gonna inhale, drop. Exhale, point, and lift. Use your belly. Inhale, flex and drop. Exhale, point and lift. Plug into your glutes a little bit. Just really focus on keeping your trunk stable doing these things. Good, drop that down. All right, so you're gonna let your knees fall to one side for a stretch. You can take your arms wide if you want. The other side. And then you can always hug one knee into your chest, flatten out the opposite leg. You can always pull your knee in towards the opposite side. Just being careful with your stretching. You want to feel the stretch, but you don't want to overstretch here. Stretching is really important, guys. To me, it's about 50%. 50-50 with Pilates, all the strengthening and then the stretching. And then figure four is a good one. So bending one knee, crossing the opposite foot over the opposite thigh, nice wide knee here. So you can hold it here and you can press against your thigh to open it up, or you can wrap your hands around the back of that bent knee and pull everything in towards you. You should feel some good butte. Good, switch. So you can either go here, or if you're not getting anything there, pull it in towards you. Good. So those are some things I want you to build on after working on all the fundamental stuff we did in the last video: neutral spine, pelvic floor, core, all of the really basic stuff. I know we're not getting into arms just yet, but that's okay. I'd much rather you focus on being able to plug into your core. My hair is crazy, sorry. I've been working out today. As you can see, I'm not looking my best, but that's okay. But yeah, I just really want you to focus on getting your core to do most of the work here. And I find that starting with exercises like we just did with the legs, tabletop, all that kind of stuff, you feel it more. You feel how the core has to work in order to get everything else to move, if that makes sense. So keep building off of it, stretch, but don't overstretch, and just keep moving. So I'll be back tomorrow or the next day with another video. We'll start to add arms to this. And then I'm gonna play around with TheraBands and stuff like that and see what I can come up with for you guys to make it a little bit harder, if you want to make it a little bit harder. So anywho, thank you so much, miss you, and goodbye.